The office of Strong Accountings had closed hours ago, and Felicia was gone for the night. The facts and figures of his clients were beginning to swim before his eyes and did nothing in the way of offering him company. Lately, the loneliness of his life was really getting to him, especially with each of his brothers falling in love one by one. He knew there was no way in hell that he was next. He favored his brothers in looks, but he didn't have the strong build or even stronger confidence that drew the women to his siblings. He was no virgin, and he had had relationships, but he was in the midst of one hell of a dry spell. The handsome but nerdy accountant with glasses and a boatload of allergies wasn't as appealing as strong and cocky farmers. Kaeden was well aware that he was the black sheep of the Strong family. It was a role he adapted to since childhood. When he graduated from Walterboro High School, he attended Clemson, earning his Bachelor of Science in Accounting and then his MBA. All of his brothers went straight to working on the farm full-time after school. Adjusting his rimless eyeglasses, Kaeden rose from his seat and grabbed his tailored pinstriped suit jacket from the back of his chair. Usually he would gather up his files and work at home while he ate a TV dinner and watched television. Not tonight, he promised himself as he strode out of the renovated brick home he used for his offices in Walterboro. The streetlights were on and darkness had long since claimed the skies. Kaeden unlocked his shiny new BMW 750 Li, tossed his suit jacket on the rear seat, and folded his slender 6-foot frame onto the Napa leather seat. If he could be as successful with women as he was with his business, he would have a significant other in his life. His last relationship had ended after only 3 months because she couldn't take how much he worked. Felicity thought he wasn't available enough, and Kaeden thought she was too needy. Kaeden came to a stop at a red light. Seconds later, a yellow Jeep Wrangler cruised through the intersection. Jade. His heart pumped. He wondered if he would ever get used to the dark-skinned beauty. Ever since the first day she'd walked into Holtsville Baptist Church 2 years ago in that form-fitting pink dress, the woman had his head spinning. And not once in the last 2 years had he worked up the nerve to even start a conversation with her. Disappointment and rejection were not his faves. The men of Holtsville flocked around her like bees to the sweetest nectar, and he knew there was no way a woman like Jade would want to be with a man like him. She was completely different from any woman he had ever dated. More beautiful, more sexy, more curvaceous, less conservative, more everything. Pushing away feelings that were more akin to a boyhood crush than anything, Kaeden steered his vehicle down Highway 17, headed toward Holtsville. He wished he could put his windows down, but it was just early May, and the pollen count was still high enough to send him into a full allergic fit. He'd been through enough of that as a child. It had been hell watching his brothers and his little sister playing outdoors, watching them through the windows. As he turned his vehicle off the main highway onto a long and curving winding road paved in asphalt, Kaeden soon was able to eye his childhood home. The brick 2-story structure with plenty of glass windows was enhanced by manicured lawns with topiaries, bushes, and flowers galore, all carefully selected because they were least allergenic. Kaeden shook his head at the memory of the landscapers completing rebuilding and replanting the gardens once his parents learned they were so detrimental to him. Yes, he was the black sheep, but his family had always made sure he felt completely loved. Parking in front of the house, Kaeden hopped out and jogged up the steps to the front door. He frowned to find it locked. His parents hardly ever locked the door, and he had long since turned in his key once he moved into his own place. He rang the doorbell and even knocked twice. They weren't home. Grabbing his BlackBerry from his hip, he quickly dialed his dad's cell phone number.